Greetings, y'all. Welcome to Karen Hope's Hour of Solid Inspiration. I'm so dramatic. But y'all, all drama aside, this is the YouTube channel where hope grows inspiration, where we grow inspiration. Okay, this is going to be an inspirational network by the time that we are done with this. Yes, so first I want to do this. Oh, here we go. Now I do have this little stand side take when it's time for me to start talking. Take off my flip flops. So let's take off my flip flops and get comfortable. And let's go ahead and set a timer because y'all, if I get to talking, it's supposed to be an hour of solid inspiration. That means, it'll be 2. Alexa, will you please set a timer for 50 minutes?
Time. 50 minutes. Starting now.
Thank you. So, y'all, let's talk about this. I want to dive right on into this today. I mean, why not? Okay, so I haven't been on the channel for a few weeks, y'all. The channel, or I haven't done the Spotify podcast. There's still 203 episodes sitting right there. I haven't done the GoDaddy page, that blog, that website. I haven't gone there. And I haven't done too much of my inspirational blog page on Facebook. And the inspirational photos I sometimes post, and memes and stuff like that. I haven't done it, but I want to talk about why. Why not? Right? And it has everything to do with inspiration. It has everything to do with it. And how we can stay inspired. It's such a challenge, isn't it? Even the most positive of us, sometimes, it's just like we get in not a bad mood and not a bad attitude, but our ego starts to get in the way. Do you know that? I want to talk about that today. How our ego can sometimes get in the way. Now, let me start off. If I haven't done this already, I'll say it again because it doesn't bother me. Giving God all the honor and the glory. Moving forward, I think I did say it, but like I said, it doesn't hurt to say twice. Because He is good and deserves all the praise. Duplicated praise, repetitive praise, whatever, monotonous praise, I don't care. Say it again and again. God is good. Okay, y'all, so I want to talk about this. How even the most positive people can feel a little, not necessarily discouraged, you see, just, if I may say, tired, weighted down, and maybe depleted. Oh, you know what? I can start this off like this. A visualization. Y'all know how I love them. My nails are not done today, y'all. Please forgive that. My daughter came home and she's been so busy learning how to drive. She passed her driver's school. My nail tech, the one that let my live-in nail tech. She turned 16 and now she's working on her driver's license, and she started band camp. She really is busy, so I would never ask her, impose on her time to do mommy's nails, but you'll have to make a little time maybe this weekend. But since we will be doing these, my goal is to be doing these videos every day from here on out. I'm back in the energy, y'all, and we'll talk about that. I'll have them done by this weekend, That's neither here nor there, and it's really not important, but I thought I would just mention it for those who feel it's important. Oh my goodness, sometimes I can be sassy in such a way, but I meant what I said. Okay, so here we go. Uh, Visualization. You and I are crystal pictures. We'll say lead crystal. I like lead crystal. It has a beautiful sound when you ding. It has that little ring. It's really nice. So you and I are a heavy, beautiful lead crystal vase. Not a vase, but a pitcher. Not only are we the pitcher, we are the pourer. Not only are we the pourer, we are the contents of the pitcher. We are the liquid. What do you want to say you are? Wine, Kool-Aid, lemonade, orange juice, freshly squeezed, of course. What are you? Just that's for you to imagine. Um, okay, y'all. So if we pour ourselves, we keep pouring ourselves, we keep pouring ourselves out, 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 out. After a while, there's no more, right? Whatever it is. What in your mind is it that you are pouring out, but you don't feel like you're getting replenished? I do want to say right quick that God is all of our restoration, and He replenishes everything, anything with a repair, restore, rebuild, regroup, relax, reconciliate. I don't say reconciliate for this, the purpose of that. It depends on how you want to say it, but it's that RE. Did I say restore, revive, rejuvenate? Oh, that's God all the time. He is our rest. When we rest in Him, we can take a few steps back and not feel bad about it, and just, start all over again feeling refreshed. Oh, there goes another re. God. Okay? He reigns. And He helps us. And He's all our provisions. And He allows everything. Do y'all know what? So this is what I'm going to get to. He allows this weight that we sometimes feel. He allows it. This ego that we have to work against every day. It's got so many names, man. It's got so many names. But this ego that we need to work against, it's strong. But God is stronger. And when we walk with God, and when we work with God, and we listen to God, and we lean on His understanding, and we rest in Him, we can squash that ego quickly, because it's going to come up like a giant, like that giant. And then that's Goliath, and we are David with a little bitty slingshot, a little bitty pebble. We gotta we gotta knock that bad boy down, hit it between the eyes. Ego. I was struggling with that, y'all. Now I'm going to tell you, it's not an ego like in a boastful way. Do you know that ego can manifest itself different ways in different people? Oh, I'm going to adjust again, y'all, because I'm going to talk. I think I want to put my glasses back on, because I really want to. I don't know why. I just feel like I need to see better right now. That's better. Oh, that's much better. Golly. So yes, y'all. Ego will manifest itself in so many ways. Clean this off. It will manifest itself depending on our shortcomings, or depending on where we are falling short, our addictions, our vices. That's how our ego manifests itself. Or like our insecurities. Like if we were bullied as children, our ego is going to make us be big bad bullies, and it's our way or the highway type thing. Or like if our egos are in the way, depending on how we're feeling about ourselves, we may feel like we can't trust anyone because, there's no one who can, it's only me against the world type. That's an ego. That's ego. That's ego. That's just ego. Ego is sort of like a way to divide us. The ego is what divides us from listening to God in our first mind, in our spirit, and what it is that we're supposed to do for our purpose, to stay positive for our purpose. That's what ego does. Listen, God allows that too. It's almost like a method to ground, okay? But it's also the battle, the challenge, the battle. We have to pick and choose them. You know that? But we pick and choose battles with ego. Oh, it's definitely our ego. We have to sit back and think, do I even want to entertain that? Do I even want to give that energy? That's a whole back and forth with our ego every single time, right? So sometimes it manifests itself. Oh my God, my gray, y'all. I'm letting my gray grow in. And wow. There's ego right there. Just saw it right there and I had to just mention it. Jeez Louise. I'm 51 years old. I don't know why I'm just like tripping on this gray hair. I'm still fabulous. Oh God, that wasn't ego. That was just, trying to make myself feel better right now. That was encouraging myself at this point. That was not ego, believe me. Vanity is not an issue with me. It's something I've actually had to say you're okay. You can be on camera. You're okay. It's not that bad. I've had to battle. That's been a challenge for me. I'm just not a person that deals with vanity. I just don't. But anyway, let's just move forward before I start getting like embarrassed and nervous, because that's what's going to happen right now. Oh, I feel it surfacing. Give me a moment. Just a second, because I lost track. Oh yes, ego will manifest itself in different ways in people. Depending on, like I said, our insecurities. We can be someone who is standoffish or loud and aggressive, or a bully, or my way or the highway, or just all kinds of different ways. I'm going to tell you how my ego manifested itself. And like I said, it has nothing to do with self-esteem anymore. I've gotten over that bridge. But do you know what? Ego will make you not forgive yourself for some things. You can't let some things go. They weigh on you heavily. Ego will do that. Now here, look. This is where I want to give God all the glory, and I have to do it every single time. He allows these things. Sometimes it's just so challenging to just realize that part. Not tolerate it, but accept it. When we can accept it, we can work with it. If we tolerate something, we fight against it. We give it resistance. And when we resist something, we can't change. We can't change our ideology or our feeling or our mood from low to high. We can't elevate ourselves from a low vibration to a high one. If we're being weighed down, we just can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. So in order to take the steps that we need to feel better, to do better, to be better, to see better. When I say that with these big, thick Mr. Magoo glasses on, I mean see better. I mean our vision, what it is that we want, the goals that we're trying to reach. That goal being the God-given purpose that God gave us, what we're supposed to do on this earth, which every single one of us has. And it's beautiful, y'all. You have one. It's still shaking. You have a purpose. It's a beautiful purpose, and it's God-given. I'm going to say it again. You have a purpose, and it's a beautiful purpose, and it's God-given. And it is seen through the light that you shine when you believe that. and you walking it. Okay, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Some of them youngins, they learn it early and they get right on into it. And some of us old folks, have to wait a little bit. I was a gypsy. You know what I'm saying? I was all over the place. In my mind, my spirit, my soul. I always held on to God, though. God has always been in my mind and my heart. And I think that is why I've been able to smile all this time through all of my circumstances. I know I shouldn't say circumstances. I should say consequences. Okay? Because there's a big difference. We have our situations and we have our conditions, But then, golly, we have consequences, and those are the results of not listening to our first mind, not listening to our spirit. When we know better and we don't do better, there's a consequence. Sometimes it's very minor and we can get out of it quickly. Sometimes it's a lifelong consequence. Did I say consequence? That's what I'm talking about. And those usually come with the things that we say are tempting. If something is tempting, like if you have to say, oh, it tempted me, then more than likely there is going to be a consequence attached to that. Now, if you just say I desire that, or if that's a passion, that's going to end up in a situation or condition. This is just my thinking. But this is the way that I've thought it out for myself. And it's been helpful for me. But if I have to tell myself, golly, that's tempting, or jeez, that I know that more than likely the tempting, that word right there, is, telling me, you know what I mean. So let's just get back. But ego will like dumb that down and be like, hey. Ego will dumb that down and make it seem like it's not going to be a consequence. Ooh, ego lies, it lies. But you know what? It's ours. And that's why they say that we can lie to ourselves. No one can lie to ourselves better. No, nobody can lie to us better than we can lie to ourselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Because that ego, boy, to make us think that we are just telling the truth. And we are not telling the truth, lying. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Now let's get back to the ego again, y'all. God allows it. It has a beautiful purpose in our life. Now, I've said in previous videos and all 203 podcast episodes that we need to drop the ego. And I wasn't lying about that. And I'm not changing my mind. We do need to drop it. We never need to hold on to it. But as I am not researching, but paying attention, and praying more and more and more. Meditating a little bit more. And thinking about the things that I see myself do. Now let me bring that back, because let me tell you something. I really am not in any way, shape, form, or fashion looking at what other people are doing. I'm just not doing that. I really am these days looking at what I am doing. And I can honestly say that sounds like my kids are walking around, guys. Please forgive the noise in the background. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe so. I heard something. But yes, the more and more that I think about these things, ego is needed. But we need ego to do this. We need ego to touch us like that, like boop. Come to the surface, you know what I'm saying? Like, hello. And, and so we can say, oh, no, I thought it was done with that. Oh, shoot, I need to pray a little bit more about that. Oh, no, I need to shake that off. Okay, I can't live like that again. Or something like that. It's that feeling. Ego is that feeling that we need to check ourselves. We might need to stop and regroup. What? Get back to the re's. Regroup, revitalize, be restored, get repaired, rebuild, reconstruct, redo. Hey, should I say rerun? No, because we don't want to do things over because it wasn't right the first time. The only rerun that's really cool is, remember What's Happening and rerun and Dwayne and Dee Dee and Mama and Raj and rerun could dance his butt off. Okay. It's only rerun I can dig. Oh God, I'm so silly. But yes, y'all. No, seriously. So let's just get to the subject. You see what I'm talking about? Easy 2 hours talking. We're back in the saddle, y'all. Because you know what I had to do? I had to regroup because my ego, what wakes me up in the morning and gets me excited is this. My children are my life, okay? I've done so much work. I've worked government jobs, the University of Texas Office of Federal Relations. I was working with Texas delegates in Congress and on the White House lawn, East Lawn, plenty times. Black tie and boots events for Bush, working directly with K. Bailey Hutchinson, our governor at one point, Cornyn at one point. Visiting the Smithsonian. I don't know. I lived in D.C. and I did it up for about 10 years. Still stayed with the University of Texas. Worked at the University of Dallas for a while. Always worked in jobs of higher institutions of higher education. Since I was 21 years old, I started with Texas A&M University. My very first job was the census. I think I was making like $2,100 a month. I was 21 years old and I thought I was balling. I've always been blessed with a good job. But those jobs were paying me, right? Once I lost my eyesight and those jobs just kind of fell off because there's a lot of treatments and things that I have to go through that require me to be off work, and that would, consider me an unproductive employee, and that's how God would have it. Has nothing to do with my abilities or my brain. It's just my eyes don't work well enough for me to be productive on anybody's job with the things that I have to do, right? And I accepted that, And I just want to say this. Out of all the jobs that I've ever had, this is the one that I don't get paid for. And I love it. This job, do you know what that is? Following God's direction. I think I've been led to do this my whole life and was so terrified to be on camera. Was so terrified, never terrified to speak to anyone. If you know me, if anyone knows me in real life, they probably wish I'd shut up half the time. I'm telling you, they're like, "Will this girl shut up?" I've had people tell me, "Will you just give me a minute to talk?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." But we were talking about the pyramids. We were talking about aliens. I'm so excited. We were talking about deep space. We're talking about the deep ocean. We were talking about the Canary Islands. We were just talking about, anything. Oh my God. I get so excited. So, this job, giving God all glory, is the most exciting and most fulfilling job I have ever had. This job is the first job I've ever, and I am going to call it a job, y'all. I'm not getting paid. Do you hear me? And I'm going to call it a job. And I had to step back because I had to understand that once I started thinking a certain way about my job, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. Let me tell you, just get to it. Let me get to it. Lord have mercy. Oh, y'all. I didn't bring a coffee with me. I forgot to pick my coffee up from the but anyway, y'all, what makes me get up in the morning besides my children is I love my babies. But when I throw my covers off in the morning and I hit the ground running, pew, It's because I have asked God, and I've written it in my dream journal. I have asked God, literally, y'all, what can we do today? You know what I mean? What can we do? And I actually like, okay, well, if it's like clean out some closets, clean out some closets. If it's, go buy groceries for a family or two, because you got blessed, go do that. I don't, it could be anything on any given day. I know, okay, there are a couple things routine that God has told me to do, and I will not stop until God tells me to. World can't even tell me to stop. There's a few things that I do every day that I will not stop unless I'm asked to divinely stop, just like I was asked to divinely start. Period. Now, yeah. And whoever it is, they know what it is. And whatever it is, it knows what it is. But let's move forward. Ego hit me like a brick. Found myself throwing my covers off and hitting the ground running, and then asking myself, starting to type or starting to talk and clicking my video off and starting all over, and clicking my video off and starting all over. Now, I had already told myself in the beginning of this thing, Karen Hope, you're going to go for it, you're going to die for it, you're going to take a leap of faith, and you will never, ever, ever keep clicking that thing. It is a one-take show. Period. You're going to do what you do. One day I accidentally cussed, y'all. I sure did. It was stuck for a minute. Y'all might want to go back. I don't even know what video it was, but go back. I think I even titled where I accidentally cussed. And I had to blink like this. Look, y'all, let me see if I get close. I said. And for a minute, I didn't know what to do. But I have a policy that I am not going to veer from, and that is one take. Videos. It is what it is. This is spirit-led. Right. So, on the day 2, I'm keep clicking, day 3, and then I keep getting people's in my mind, what is so-and-so going to think? And, why am I tripping? Or I would say things like, my memory, things that shouldn't even be in my mind, it was resurfacing, and I was like, but, what if these people are laughing at me? Do you know that I don't care about that? But I was caring about that. What if, I was thinking about words that people told me a while back, like how they don't believe anything that anybody says, like lies, I could just in my mind see those who I think are supportive talking about me, and all these weird things started weighing on me, insecurities, wondering and what people are thinking and why, and am I saying the right thing? What? Wait a minute, Karen Hope, wet skirt, pump your brakes. I was suddenly out of nowhere, I think I hear my kids again. Let's see if they're coming. No, I think maybe they just went in their room from the bathroom. But y'all, I found that I wasn't ripping my covers off and hitting the ground running for God and for His glory only. Do you know that brings us so much? That brings in that flow of abundance. That starting with, and I'm not talking about materialistically, I'm talking about the feelings we need to feel. For that stuff to even come in the first place, and we are full of negative stuff all packed down and pressed down and full up to here, and our heart all cramped up and our mind all cramped up with things that are not supposed to be there and no longer serve us. How can the new things come in? How can the new feelings come in? That needs to be released. An ego will let us know when it's not. Okay. I got hit with some ego, like being worried. Again, spirit led, I shouldn't have any concern, especially when I'm not coming to anyone in any shape, form, or fashion with negativity. And every intention is to share experiences, to feel better, because we are all human and we can only do what's humanly possible, right? And that is all that we have. Going back to that vase, going back to that crystal, that crystal pitcher, lead, crystal lead 925. I think that's the number for it. Or is that silver? I just know it has a number, and I don't want it to be just any picture. Y'all, we have to, when we're getting poured out, we're pouring. There needs to be, so you said, y'all, I've been working out. My arms are shaping up so good. I lost 40 pounds, by the way. That's another thing I've been doing. I've been working on my fitness. See, and I've been working on a new project, and that's what I was going to say. That's what I said on Facebook today. I've been working on a new project. I haven't been on the channel. I haven't been doing this because the new project, it actually is me. Been getting myself together. Been getting myself grounded. You know, grounding is so important. I started to get scattered, y'all. The most positive people still need to remain grounded. There are things that will come to the surface. We're not always okay. We're not always healed. That's why we need God at all times. It's things that happen every day. The things that come at us every day. There's memories that come up and pop up and resurface every day. There are things that trigger us every day. There are people, places, situations, anything that will trigger a memory that we thought was gone, will trigger a feeling that will just pop up to the surface and make us pop off, or make us fall off, or make us stand back, or make us sit down, or make us run. That ego, that's why we need to let it go, because if we hold on to it, that's what we will do. We will jet, okay? We will burn off. And that will be from our purpose. That will be from what we are supposed to do. That will be from our path. We will veer off. We will fall away, fall back. But guess what? There is nothing that God starts that he does not finish. So we will end up back on the path. But where and how much time will we have to finish? Or finish is not that's not right. We'll never be finished. As long as we live and breathe, we'll never be finished with our purpose. And that is to remain positive and, share and care. Look, I'm not trying to say that we need to be hippie with everybody that we meet. Let me take these glasses off again, y'all. Let me so I can look at y'all right now. Because I think everybody thinks that I'm all love, peace, and hair grease. I am. But I do have boundaries. And I have my limits, just like everyone does. And people can only go so far with me before just like anyone, I have my limits. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm all forgiven and forgiving. But what I like to do is surround myself with people and with energies that are aligned with what God wants them to do. And more than likely, you're not going to have too much conflict. You're not going to have too much chaos or going back and forth, because the energy is staying focused and aligned with their purpose. And the most people that are focused and aligned with their purpose include the people that are around them to be that. And they treat them as such. They are respected as such, right? That's how it works. That's why it's very, very good to intentionally surround yourself with people with good intentions, and I will say that a lot of times there is material gain with that, or material things that are material, because people that work very hard and stay dedicated and stay focused It's for a goal. And they're trying to reach that goal, and that's what it takes to get it. But leaning on God's understanding helps us not be hit hard so much by that ego, and that ego that will make us quit or give up or sit down or run or ask yourself questions like this. See, I found myself saying, God, I'm working so hard. Whatever, God, why would I say that? Why would I say that? God provides. I'm going to look at this timer right here. I'm going to keep my glasses on so I can look at the timer. I know that Alexa is also keeping time, but I said her name, now she's listening. But I also want to look at the timer. So my ego started to work on me, okay? And I started to go back in time and not forgive myself for what I back then called wasting time. And then I have learned to say, there was a time I needed to learn lessons. I mean, I couldn't be in this position, this mindset, this heart set right now if I had not gone through certain experiences. I wouldn't be ready. Right? So I found myself saying I'm working so hard when I'm supposed to. Not worry, dedicated, and I'm telling myself, God, well, and asking God not why, not where, not who, sure, but when. And that was my ego working on me, taking me back to a place where I used to beat myself up, okay, and say, well, if I hadn't done this, well, I would already be here. And if I hadn't accepted this, then this wouldn't have happened. And if I would have just listened, then I would have, blah, blah, blah. Just started beating myself up, and it started coming to the surface. And then every day it started, for like maybe a week, it started turning into me clicking off my video and doing 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 takes at a time and wasting an hour or two of time that I didn't have to do because I was worried. At this point, it started all creeping in. And it was like, oh, what is so-and-so going to think? And what if what I just said offends so-and-so? Or what if this group stops talking to me? Or what if they say that they're laughing? Oh my God. You know what, y'all? All these things hit me. My ego. My ego got in the way of Karen Hope. What you do in the morning is you throw your covers off and you get excited and you talk to God, and what do we want to do today? And you don't think about anything else. Why are you thinking about anything else? You have been moving forward. What is that? I got hit with that ego. And it sat me down, y'all. I was doing my videos every day. I was still talking on my videos. I was still doing it. But I was deleting them. I was still talking every day, but I was deleting it because I needed to understand until I could get to the point where this is not about anything other than giving God glory, and the rest will follow. The rest will follow. I mean, like literally, like if I have to ask God when, then I am not ready. If you have to ask God when, who, why, where, whatever, if we are asking God when, why, where, how, all those questions, if we're still asking Him that after praying and so-called believing Him, then we are not, absolutely not ready for what we are praying for. We are absolutely not ready for what we are dreaming about. any goal we want to reach, oh, we're not ready for it. We're not even ready to meet. We're not ready for it. So, the only person that can really talk to me, the only person that can really talk to you, and just like I said, can really lie. We can really lie to ourselves too. So the only person that can really tell us the truth about ourselves is, and I had to say, girl, you need to get it together. You're on this channel every day or 2 or 4 times a week, and you're telling people how to get it together and how to stay positive, and look at you. You're not positive. You're not positive. My energy was not matching my words, and I had to hear that. My energy was not matching my words. Do you know how that's shooting yourself in the foot? What's the point? What's the point? I had to sit down, Karen. I believe everything I say. Oh, God. I believe everything I say. Those who feel it know it. If you feel it, you know it. I feel these things. I know what I'm talking about. And I was feeling like I was not enough. What? You think I was going to sit here on this channel every day at this table and talk to y'all like a fake fraud and a phony? Absolutely not. Because it's not about that. It's not about being seen. It's not about, looking like I'm doing so well. It's not about looking like things are all shiny. No. It is about saying that we can shine. It is about saying we will shine. We were born to shine. We are salt and light. That's what it is. Y'all, it's about to get dark in here. I hope this video is not too dark tonight, but I would have had it done earlier in the day. I do have a podcast slate, but I didn't pull it out. Maybe if we have to do this again. Thank you, Andrea Leal. My very first video, she sent me my podcast slate. I started doing all my videos in the daytime, so I haven't had to use it. But since the girls are here, school's about to start again, we might start having a few videos, our daily videos at night. So they might be daily or nightly, whatever, but we'll have them every 24 hours, every day. I'm going to have to pull that podcast light out. So please forgive the dark video this evening, but we will work that out also. And you know what, too? And before I continue, the last time I talked, I said we're going to have some changes on the channel. Okay, oh, yeah, we've got them. Like that young lady I'm working with, Asia Ward, she's over in Arizona. And I'm here. So I know she thinks I'm probably like dumber than a box of rocks. I'm actually not. I'm just not I'm not savvy with technological things. Did I say that word? Right. The computer. I'm not savvy, y'all. I mean, I just have my niche of things. I'm a domestic goddess, and I can do a lot of things. But when it comes to very smart, can work out some numbers, crunch some numbers. Science is no problem. History, all that stuff is no problem. Mythology, I'm telling you, we've got a lot of conversation. Good conversation. But educated conversation and cultured conversation. I'm not bragging. It's just what it is. But when it comes to this mess, baby, and this phone, honey, all I want to do is talk on it, text on it. I learned how to do a screenshot not too long ago, but I had to tell somebody what the weather was going to be. I don't know, it took me a long time. I'm such a dork. Jeez. I'm telling y'all the truth right now. God honest truth. I don't know what to do. I got the TikTok and I got the Snapchat. I've had it for like 7 days or 4 days, and I haven't been on it yet because I don't know what to do with it. I promise. But you know what? And I think, y'all, that's another thing we're going to do. We're going to start getting on TikTok too with these inspirational things as soon as I learn how to do it. That's going to be pretty cool. But getting back to the ego. Y'all, I was all in my feelings. Okay. I was in my feelings. Everything was when. I started telling myself, it was all based on when. when I messed up, when I made the wrong decision, when I made the wrong turn. What? What was I talking about? What was I doing? Okay, what I was doing was exhibiting a clear indication that I needed to sit down and regroup and read everything, recalibrate. I'm serious, y'all. When we have to start asking God when, why, where, we're not ready. We're not ready. We're not ready. You know. And then I was, and I also heard myself say something like, it was something like, I don't, and I get to, no, I have to be at home. I heard myself say it, like I heard myself have a little tantrum. I gotta be at home, have to be here at home. And then I was like, Karen, what in the world is wrong with you? God has put me in a position, bad eyesight or not, where I can take care of my little girls every day. And I can be here every day for whoever needs me. For whoever needs me. Peaceful place, quiet place. This place is not a hornet's nest. My friends, if anybody needs to come, it's tranquil. It's a place where they can just take their shoes off and relax, And I had to think to myself, Karen Hope, why are you saying with a tantrum like big old spoiled brat baby, I have to stay at home? Why wasn't I saying I get to stay at home? We should really replace that when that ego hits us. See, touch us like that and then leave. Because our ego helps us understand where we need to pray, what we need to work on. What is it that we need to work on? And let that stuff go. That's what working on it means, that we're letting it go. We're releasing it. We're taking it from our heart, our mind. Because you know what? That's a mindset of lack. And that's a heart set of unbelief. And that's what we need to pray about. We need to pray about our belief and our faith, or our unbelief. I mean, we don't need to pray about our faith. We have it. We don't need to pray about the praise. We don't need to pray about the faith. But it's the unbelief. I don't know if that's a word, but check it out. That's what I mean. What is it that we need? We need belief. So there's like unbelief. We need to pray about that. Seriously, that's what I had to do. It took me 3 weeks to get myself together and stop questioning myself. What am I questioning myself for? I love to do this. So what else is there? God is leading me to do this and get better and better every day. So what is the problem? What am I questioning? I have Wi-Fi and a computer. What am I questioning? I have plenty of food in my refrigerator. Car has gas in it. My kids are healthy. Oh, I have very secure roof over my head. God is good. God is good. What is it that I want? What is my ego leading me to other than what God wants me to do? And from there, see, I had to talk to myself, y'all. I had to talk to myself. Sit down and talk to myself. We need to sit down and talk to ourselves sometimes and ask ourselves questions. What is it? What is it? What else is it that you want? Now, if we are automatically saying, I want this, and God's not first, I don't know how that's going to work. I'm saying that because I have done that only. I've only done that. This is new for me. The only thing I've ever done is say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. I've never said until recently, God willing, or if God says the same. It makes such a big difference in your attitude when you're speaking, and it strips you from that ego that will take you from anything and everything that you're supposed to have, that comes with your purpose, the people that come with your purpose, the situations, the conditions that come with your purpose, And those situations and conditions are peaceful and good and valid and justified. And, you know, I don't want to necessarily say that it's easy street. No, I'm not saying that everything will be milk and honey, angel bells. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's easier to understand where you are and why. It's easier to work yourself forward. I don't want to say out of it, but from it to where you're supposed to be. It's a constant walk. We'll never stop walking. You know, the people the old people from when I used to go to church, I don't go to church that much now. COVID changed that. Okay. And a couple of religious people did too. I love church though. I love the fellowship. I do. And I miss certain people. I don't go to church that much anymore, and we're not going to talk about that, but I do love my church family. But some religious folks have opened my eyes to some things that I don't want to be a part of. My heart, my soul cannot be part of it. It won't allow me. But got thrown off track, y'all. We need to stay out of the ego. Oh, Alexa, dismiss the alarm. We need to this ego. It is to help us. It does help us when we learn how to let it touch us, and we release it. It's there to give us clear indications that we're not okay. And it also, when we're able to let go of our ego, we can say that's okay. We can say it's better to be quiet than to be right. I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to be obedient. That is my goal. And that should be our goal. That should be our goal, friends. That should be our goal. Obedience is much greater than sacrifice. What I mean is we don't have to have all this crying and this sweat and tears and falling down and having to get up 8 times. We don't have to. I mean, God is there to pick us up. And we have every choice in the world. And to choose differently, and not let our past define us. It's just beautiful because it all works together, and our successes and our victories, it was all written. It was all do I say set in stone? I want to say written in the stars. Alexa, dismiss the alarm. I want to say written in the stars. I want to say it's in the cards. I want to say it's in the living Word of God. I want to say that it's in everything that we see and hear, because God's Word does not come back void. It's in your eyes. It's in your smile. It's in the hugs you receive from your loved ones. God is showing us at every single moment that ego has nothing to do with our purpose. It is really, it wedges. It's a wedge. It divides us from its purposes. To divide us from God's voice, but our work and our job, our reward is in pushing through that. Understanding what ego is, what it's doing. It's telling us where we need to pray. It's telling us what we need to work on. It's telling us where, if we don't nip that in the bud, it will be something that will try to define us. I don't want this channel to be defined by me sitting here and feeling bad and then telling you not to. And, should I say feeling bad? No, I wasn't feeling bad. I was very happy to be on the channel, but what I'm saying is doubting myself Doubting myself while I'm talking to you and telling you not to doubt yourself and to walk in your purpose cheerfully and willingly with no fear. And I caught myself saying, but what if I would have done it differently? And maybe I would be here already. And maybe they wouldn't be laughing at me. So what? Laugh. I don't think that's the case. But if it is, it's okay. You know? It's quite okay. Oh my God. I hope that's, it's too late now. The video's almost over. And the timer's already gone off. It's one of those things. And one take videos. Y'all, we have to let these things go. And if we can't, we have to continue to pray, to continue to ask God to help us. Okay, help us to not hold on to our ego. Thank Him for it. Thank God for all the ways that He keeps us on track. He's a good God. He provides everything. He allows everything. All these things have a purpose to keep us on track. Either keep us on track or help us to understand what we're not supposed to be, how we're not supposed to feel. You know, those bad times, those bad feelings, those bad thoughts, those consequences are references and opportunities to make different choices the next time. How good is God that we have a next time, and it's so many next times all throughout the day too. The new day being the major event. But you know, we have our little little intermissions and our little, what do you call, quarters in between. Well, you know, where we play a little. We have our little plays. You know, our playbook. We run a few plays, make a few moves. You know. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to continue talking about this, but I just wanted to really talk to you and let you know that we're not going to have this much of a gap in the videos. And I will, and look, I have new equipment for my podcast episodes. And I don't know how to work that either. Oh, I waited so long for it to come in the mail. I spent so much money on it. So, I'm going to get to that too. Oh, y'all. Okay, so I will be back on the links down in the description box or to the podcast episodes. We have 203. I mean, listen to them. They're there. Okay, and I will be adding on to the podcast episodes, but there are 203 there to listen to. You know, check it out. And if you do want to support the Spotify podcast, there is a button there. You just click support the channel or the podcast, and I thank you in advance. For those that are still supporting the podcast, thank you. I will be back on air very soon. I appreciate your continued support. If you all like this video, give it a thumbs up, okay? And leave a comment, y'all. It helps, get this into the algorithm. It helps push it up to the top of the list, or however they say it. And if anybody types in inspiration or needs any video, any type of video like this, they can see it, y'all. You can help me share this, get it out in the algorithm, get it moving along in YouTube land, y'all, because this is a whole different country, like a planet, galaxy by itself. It's an amazing galaxy. And let's take a ride through it, okay? Let's meet each other here on the channel and let's vibe a little bit. Now, I have been wearing my glasses. I have to find a way to get the letters to be bigger, like on the comments and stuff. And if I can't, I'm going to put it in dark mode and see if I can see y'all's comments a little bit better. So many comments to read on the social platform Reddit. Read it. I've got a lot of messages there I saw today, like so many, and I have not been able to see them. So once I post this video today, it will be there. And y'all, I do thank you for all the comments, positive and negative. They are constructive to me. I will take them no other way. I thank you so much for whatever comments that you leave. Okay, it helps me. And here also, y'all, please subscribe to this channel. Help me grow it. Okay. Help me be part of this inspirational network. You are part of this inspirational network. Actually, you are a big part of my inspiration. If I could take the time right now to thank you for being here and being that. Okay, click that the notification bell. Turn it from red to gray, and click all notifications so you don't miss a solid moment of inspiration. Okay, so y'all, I hope this video is making you and yours having a great evening. By this time, I mean, y'all might be like laying in the bed ready for Mimi's, because look, it's I want to say it's pretty late right now, and it's probably going to take about 2.5 hours for this to download. So if you don't see it tonight, you see it in the morning. You just might see 2 videos tomorrow. But yes, thank you for being here. Okay, I really did miss being here with y'all, and I'm glad I got my mind together. I got myself readjusted, and I'm not going to let anything hold me back. There will be no insecurity, no bad feeling, no bad thought that can hold me back from my purpose. I cannot get back in that energy again. And I promise y'all, I'm going to try my best to do so. I also promise that I will never get here acting fake and phony. If I don't feel right, I'm going to let you know after I get back and get myself together, okay? It's just going to have to be how it is. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and it's easily transmitted, even through this screen, you know? If I were looking at you and you were smiling at me, I would feel that. So I hope that y'all can see this smile and feel this smile and know things are all good, and they're going to be good for all of us, okay? God, because God is good. He's awesome and He's mighty. And all we have to do is understand that, trust it, okay? Let me see if I can get myself here so we can, because you know at one time I tried to turn off this video, y'all, and I sat here for like 10 minutes smiling. Trying to click off, baby. I didn't click that off either. I was like, well, y'all, had to get myself together. Like that cousin video. Ooh. Yeah, and these nails. Oh. But, you know, we'll work that out. Y'all, thank you so much again for being here. Have a great evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love and light. Take care.